All right, listen. Again, happy new year and that. Get me. I know how it goes sometimes. Let me just type that in the chat real quick. Happy new year. How has it been for you so far? You know what I mean? But also, bear with me. By the way, what we're going to do first and foremost is we are most definitely, like, as you can probably see, hopefully you can see it. I'm going to react to the predictions of 2025. All right. So, without further ado, just let me get people, share this stream with people, let people know that I'm live on that. You know what I'm saying? What was it again? So we go to. All I got. Do you know what's funny? I keep it here in that tune in my head. All I ever wanted was the Black Grand National, FB and Rational. Aye, it's not enough. Kendrick Lamar has got bangers. Yeah, I'm telling you. Like that album. Listen, I've done my live stream reaction to that before. So you want to catch a replay another time after this live, you can by all means. Or if you want to listen to the tune separately, I've uploaded it separately as well. You know what I mean? But if you've listened to the album, what's your favorite song from the album? While I share this stream with other people so they can also join. And also, while you're here as well, make sure you also share the stream as well so other people can watch as well. But yeah, man. Like I said, I'm gonna get into reacting to about the predictions of 2025. But yeah, all I ever wanted was a Black Grand National, FB and Rational. Hey, listen. I Kendrick Lamar is a G, man. He's a G. What was I gonna say? All right, so I am now live streaming, and I will be doing that. Hold on. Live stream reaction videos too. Hold on, I'm gonna type this person's name as well. Holly underscore trilogy. Oh really? I can't. Oh, well. There you go. Predictions. Hold on. Oh, the other one was a Black Grand National. Every National. And much more. Including Burner Boy. Hold on. Versus. Listen, we're 4 days into the new year and there's already problems. Like, already problems. Do you know what I mean? Anyway. Whatever one was a Black Grand National. Anyway. Let's go. Make sure, like I said, make sure you just you share this with other people. If you're already here as well, make sure you hit that like button. But let's get straight into it. All right. So locking in my 2025 predictions. So the part one. So they put this. Okay, I don't know how they did the note like this, but anyway, Trump's presidency doesn't actually happen. Now, why is that the first one? Why is that the first prediction you want to have, huh? That's the first prediction you want to have? Listen, there's predictions versus what you actually want to happen. You know what I mean? It's like when I do my predictions for football. I can predict. So I can want Chelsea to win and smash up these teams like 10-0 or 100-0, but I have to be realistic and I have to be like, you know what? You know what I mean? Let's really analyze this properly. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts? Do you think the presidency will actually happen? I mean, he's already been elected. Like, do you know what I mean? What more can happen for him not to get that presidency? Let me know, like, because I don't know too much about what happens in America in terms of politics or anything like that. But if you know, let me know. But let's keep it moving. All right. So next one is Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber announced they are separated. God forbid. Listen, we are not doing that. All right. We are not doing that. Listen, especially with what Justin Bieber is most probably going through right now, where he's going through trauma. People, because of the whole Diddy situation. You know what I mean? And obviously, the things he's gone through within the industry, do you really think? You know what I mean? Like, don't get it twisted. It was just so that, see, listen, look, again, these are just predictions. I don't think that will happen. Maybe because I don't want it to happen. But if they predict that's going to happen, that's on them. But you have to be careful. Like, I just want to say with words here, your word, there's the power of the tongue, yeah? Your words hold power. Yeah, be very, very careful with what you speak, or even what you write. You see what I'm gonna say? That's why they call it spelling. But anyway, let's get back into it. Hailey Bieber and Justin Bieber eventually rekindled as they're expecting a second baby. So I should have read further. Okay, cool. Maybe they're gonna listen. I like the prediction of having a second baby. I like the prediction. Get me? There'll be a beta baby, but all right, listen, that's just the generation of the name of the generation of the baby. Don't, yeah. Do you know what I mean? We'll get into that in another post, another day. You know what I mean? But that's all right, cool. But yeah, I like that prediction. I like the prediction of them having expecting a second baby. And if it's true, then may they have a safe and healthy delivery. If anyone in your family is also, expecting any babies, may they have a healthy and safe journey and delivery and all that stuff there, and may the baby be healthy as well. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Cowboy Carter tour announcement. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think that's gonna happen. This is Beyonce. Beyonce is not gonna do a Christmas special. Do you know what I mean? She's not gonna do a Christmas special and be like, you know what? Maybe I want to do a tour. No, she ain't gonna do that. She's just not gonna do that. You know what I mean? She's just not gonna do that. I would have liked the predictions to have been of like, again, these are predictions, so I could still be wrong, and she could still this person they could still be right, or we could both be wrong. But I believe one of my predictions is the reunion of Destiny's Child. You know what I mean? That's what I want to predict. I'm not talking about Beyonce, Kelly, and Michelle. Yes, they're involved in Destiny's Child, but I'm talking about all of them. You know how dope it would be just to see them together to do at least one song. One song would be alright. Album would be better. A tour will be epic. But anyway, that's just my predictions. In regards to that, Drake goes into hiding after allegations about him come out. Now, this is one of the things that I had predicted for 2025. I had predicted that allegations are going to come out against him and he's going to go into hiding. I never predicted that, but I do predict that things are going to escalate for Drake. I don't like in terms of the whole allegation situation. You know what I mean? We're going to find out a lot of things that he's been doing. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking about illegal things he's been doing. Illegal things. I'm not talking about him messing around with his so-called friends, wife and girlfriend and stuff like that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm literally just talking about the other stuff. Remember, Kendrick Lamar even said it. Hang on, give me a second. Kendrick Lamar even said it. The embassy is about to get raided. What did he do? What did Drake decide to do? He decided to move house. He decided to say, you know what? Let me buy a house in Houston. Nah, that still doesn't make, you know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing with Diddy having different houses in different places and not even having it signed in his name, having it signed in his children's name, having it signed in his mother's name. It's the same instance. But I'm not saying he's Diddy. Everyone is their own individual, but listen, all I'm gonna say is, do you know what I mean? There's certain things that are gonna come out that you're gonna be like, I don't think you'll be surprised. Put it this way, but you know, we need justice for any victims that have gone through anything. Yeah. Anyway, but I don't think you're gonna. I don't think you're going to hiding. That because the reality is there's no way you can really go into hiding. There's literally no way unless you're in prison. But even if you're in prison, there's no way you can go into hiding. But anyway, Jade and Jordan Stephens are engaged. I don't know who Jade is, and I don't know who Jordan Stephens is either. But prediction of them getting engaged, I like that. You know what I mean? I like the feeling of that matrimony and all that stuff. I like that. That's what it's about. You know what I mean? Marriage in it. Let's go. Get me? That's what I like to see. Predictions. I don't know who they are, but I like that prediction. Harlem Shake trends again. I listen. Harlem Shake. I can't even this still. You know what I mean? In fact, that reminded me of a video from So Solid. Um, no, it wasn't So Solid were in the video. I think it's what video was it? I know it's a Lisa Mafia song, produced by JD, aka DVD, aka Digital Versatile Dreadlock, aka Dreddy. What's Lisa Mafia? It's all over. Yeah. Okay, yeah, all over. If I haven't done a reaction video to it yet, I definitely will do one to it today. Maybe today. We'll see. But I'll definitely do one. All right? But I've got my list. So I want to try to stick to my list as well. All right, so, but yeah, the Harlem Shake, because I meant to say in that video, they do the Harlem Shake. So yeah, there's that. Then, what else is there? But yeah, the Harlem Shake as well. Not, in fact, there was another version of the Harlem Shake as well, if I remember. But to me, it didn't look like the Harlem Shake. It looked like something completely different. Let's see what else people. Let's see what else. Kendrick Lamar open Super Bowl halftime show with the backseat freestyle. Okay, I'm liking that prediction. Anything to do with Kendrick Lamar performing, doing his thing, you know what I mean? I can't say what my predictions are because I can't really predict it. It's Kendrick Lamar. Whatever he does, you know it's going to be great. Like, if you know anything about how he performs, you know that it's going to be great. You just know, or I know. But if he does do that, then that'd be impeccable. But I wouldn't be surprised if he did a freestyle and he ends up dissing Aubrey once again. Yeah, but I don't think he would do that. The reason why I don't think he would do that because I feel like he's past it. He's like, you know what? If I diss him like this on here with a fresh freestyle dissing him, it gives him more notoriety. You see what I'm trying to say? Whereas he's already finished him. You know what I mean? And then Kendrick Lamar brings that Doja at Super Bowl. I see that happening. I definitely see that happening. I see that happening. And it will be a righteous passage of passing the torch. Not to say that Kendrick Lamar's like going to retire or anything like that, but it's a thing of the here's way. Last year, 2024 was the year that certain type of music in hip hop culture, especially amongst men, it's diminishing. It's diminishing. Yeah, we're getting back to real MCs being MCs, right? And then Double she's you know what I mean? I'm not trying to disrespect anyone or whatever, but the reality is in the mainstream, most when it comes to women as well, and I say this with men, so don't you know what I mean? But it's like it's not being what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? I mean, it's good that there's that balance, but there isn't that balance. So I feel like Doshie's gonna bring that balance. Kendrick has brought that balance back for the men, but though she's gonna bring that for the women. That's my prediction, and that's why I also believe a Kendrick and Doshi collab will happen, and it's something I want to happen as well with Little Sims on it. You know what I mean? With Little Sims. Little Sims says she got something locked and loaded for 2025, so I'm here for it. Whatever happens, I'm here for it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. All right, so Lee Ann Pinnock gets a spirit tunnel on the Jennifer Hudson song. Cool. I like that. I like that prediction. Lee Ann Pinnock, she's the one that's see, here's the thing, yeah. I feel like her name is always going to be associated to being married to a footballer. A footballer not in America. I'm talking about in the UK. Soccer. Some people call it soccer, but to me, I call it football. That's how I grew up in London, so I call it football. So that would be good to see. You know what I mean? Rise in Mormonism because it became trendy on TikTok. Now, why would you predict that? I don't even know what Mormonism is, and I'm not even about to check either. Because if I start checking that, people start looking, and then it really becomes true. You know what I'm saying? So, not happening, and I don't dare you to check what it is. Yeah? We ain't doing that because it's not becoming trendy. Because I don't know what it is, but it doesn't sound like it sounds good. You know what I mean? Kylie Jenner pregnancy reveal at the Met Gala. I mean, this is the Kardashians, right? How do they normally announce their pregnancy? I think it'll be in similar fashion. That's how I thought. Justin Bieber retirement tour. Yeah, I don't see that happening. I promise you, I don't see that happening. I want it to happen, but I don't see it happening for the very reason of what I said earlier. Yeah, because you got to remember, May in May 20 in May. This is when is it March or May? Yeah, in May 5th, 2025 is when Diddy or technically Sean Combs trial begins. You see what I'm trying to say? So I feel like when it becomes more of a headline again, which it will, naturally what's going to happen, anyone that's become a victim, anyone that was unfortunately a victim, yeah, is going to rehash trauma. And knowing exactly what Justin Bieber's allegedly gone through, yeah, I don't know everything he's gone through, but there's something because he evidently that you're like, hey, yo, what is this? This is insane. Not even insane. This is this. I don't know how to explain it. There's no words I can think from the English dictionary that can come out my mind to say what this is. It's hard to explain. I just know it's wrong. Yeah, that's all I know. Yeah, and he deserves his own justice. Do you see what I'm trying to say? However, yeah, so that's making me feel like I don't think he's gonna do a retirement tour. That's just me personally. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's gonna happen. All right, Drake becomes a huge right-wing influencer, meets with Trump. Now, listen, you got to stick to your like make it make sense. Yeah, if you are predicting that those allegations are gonna come out, and then he's gonna go into hiding, how can he now become a right-wing influencer and meets with Trump? How? How, Sway? How? I'm just saying how. It doesn't make sense. And it's fine, but I get me. And maybe part of me doesn't want that to happen. But in terms of Drake becoming a huge right-wing influencer and meeting with Trump, but hey, either way, I still doubt that will happen. I just doubt it. All right. The next one. Did that mean twice? Let me see it. Okay, no. Cool. There's a lot to go through. All right. Ticketmaster lawsuit. Ooh. I see that low-key happening. Ticketmaster lawsuit. I low-key see that happening. And here's why. If you've seen I put it this way, if you bought tickets online before, you know there's an issue. Do you know what I mean? There's an issue. And then plus, I don't even think It's like if you look at everything in terms of the way um, ticket towers remain in existence, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like there's something that Ticketmaster and these other companies can do, and I believe Ticketmaster is also part of Access as well. So it's like, you know what I mean? I feel like they've cornered the market as well. That's another thing, but I could be wrong. But anyway, Trump and Elon Musk publicly fall out. Yeah, I don't see that happening. See, this is the other thing. Again, there is prediction versus what you want to happen. For me, this seems like something they want to happen. I could be wrong. Like I literally could be wrong, but you know, Zendaya starts her own production company. I predict that to happen as well. Because technically, based on her timeline of her career, it's just only natural for that to happen. You know what I mean? Only natural. Charlie XCX married. That's a nice prediction. I like that. You know what I'm saying? I like that. I beg your pardon. I'm not going to read that, but you can see that for yourself. If that's what they want to predict, they can predict that too. Cool. The next one is The Rock becomes more active in politics and starts campaign. See, now this is the thing. This is what I feel like. This is what they want. But knowing The Rock, aka Dwayne Johnson, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Otherwise, it would have happened a long time ago. You know what I mean? It would have genuinely made like more sense a long time ago, and I get it. You know what I mean? Because of how he comes across, it kind of would make sense. But again, I could be wrong. But let me know if he did become more involved in politics and less campaigns. In fact, that's the other thing. Why would he in 2025? What would be the reason? Is it is it a case of like, for example, the Megan Thee Stallion situation with Kamala Harris? You know what I mean? Where she was literally twerking for Kamala Harris. You know what I mean? And still lost. You know what I mean? Like, is it that or like I don't know? Help me make it make sense. But anyway, next one is Kanye West comes out as non-binary. This is what you want. This is what you want. This is not a prediction. Let's think about it logically, yeah? And let's think about it. If you not, first of all, you wouldn't even call Kanye West. You call him Ye. That's one thing, yeah. But as far as my prediction personally for Kanye West, or should I say Ye, I believe, yeah, he will start a movement, a political movement. You know what I mean? He'll start a political movement. I could be wrong, but I feel like that's the direction he's going towards. You know what I mean? I feel like that is the direction he's going towards, political movement. And again, do you see how with The Rock versus Kanye West in regards to the politics situation? I'm sort of say, yay. Do you know what I mean? You can see why Kanye or Ye would go down a political route, because he has attempted in the past and people laughed at him. And one thing I've learned about and seen with Kanye West, aka Ye, is I've noticed something. When someone tells him he can't do it or they laugh at him, he finds a way and says, you know what? Up yours, I'm gonna do it anyway, and I'm gonna be a success. Remember in that interview with Sway in the morning, yeah, with Sway. Not Sway the Surfer, aka, you know, I mean, if you know the UKMC and that. Not him, but I'm talking about the Sway, the one with the dreadlocks. Who no longer has dreadlocks, but still wears a hat that keeps dreadlocks. Make it make sense. But anyway, in that interview, he goes, "How, Sway? How?" He was talking about fashion. He was talking about like, you don't have the answers. You know what I mean? So it's like then it became like a big deal in fashion. You know what I mean? Not just being a name for the fashion in terms of a percentage and just being like a brand ambassador. Nah, literally getting designs done and putting it out there. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So that's just anyway. So that's just like if you think about the years it took between them for that to be a success. I don't think people realize the tenacity it takes to really be a huge success at something that you when people are doubting you. You understand? They're doubting is going on in your mind. Uh, Thanks, babes. They're doubting what's going on in your mind, and you're like, how can you know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. When you want to be a success, you have to stay focused and know exactly this is the path I want to take, and I know just follow your instincts. But anyway, five SOS come back in a bigger way. Can someone enlighten me in the comment section below? What is five SOS? What is five SOS? What? There's some things I'm learning of. Like, what? What's that? You know what I mean? Addison Rae hosts Met Gala. Who is Addison Rae? Can someone tell me? Can someone tell me? I mean, why you tell me you can come join me and you know, man, some lovely food in that. Trust me, dog. You hear me? And if you like ASMR, here we go. So I do more ASMR as well. But yeah, who's Addison Rae? So I guess it will kind of make sense if I know who that is. Jojo Siwa becomes likable. What? She was unlikable? No, I'm joking. I've heard her name before and I've heard what she's associated with. Sorry, people like that can never be likable. I don't care. I really not. No, I'm gonna do that. Okay, this one is a wish. I'm not gonna repeat that. I'm not going to read that out. It's there, and this is again being the power of the tongue, yeah, power of your word and what you're writing. Like I get why some people want to predict this because they're thinking of the whole situation with what's that guy's name again? I forgot his name. That one with the blacklist book. I can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Because obviously he influenced circumstances as well. But I don't think that's happening this time. Do you know what I mean? I don't. I still could be wrong, but I just feel like he's in a situation where he he genuinely has a huge. Hang on. You know when someone's got a huge ego, yeah, and they're very what's the word they use again? They're very narcissistic. Yeah, very narcissistic to the point they think they can get away with anything. That's how Diddy's moving. You know what I mean? So that the prediction. You know what I mean? My prediction is yeah, regards to the whole Diddy situation, he's gonna get so many years in jail. We're gonna find out about what happened to Tupac and Biggie. We're also gonna find out what happened to Shakir Stewart. We're also gonna find out what happened to Kim Porter. We're also gonna find out what also happened in regards to what nearly happened to Albie Shaw. We're going to find out what happens to Andre Harrell. Do you see what I'm going to say? Like, I still could be wrong, but I feel like it's going to be one of those trials here where you're going to be like, you know what I mean? You're going to be like shocked, but then not surprised. Do you see what I'm going to say? All right, so next one. Sabrina Carpenter and Barry Keegan Britt. No, God forbid. Get me? God forbid. Listen, we're not doing that. They're not. We're not doing that. They're not doing that. They're not doing that. I'm sorry. That's my prediction. They're not doing it. If I'm working, it's not even that. And we're keeping moving because this is gonna be we're gonna be a quite some time. Billie Eilish is into a directing bag, short films and music videos. I definitely predict that happening. She, she's, she seems very, very, very creative. Very, very creative. So that's naturally gonna happen. You know what I mean? Hang on. Wait a minute. Hang on. All right. All right. So, Cowboy Carter wins Album of the Year. Doubt that very much. I wanted to, but I doubt that very much. I could be wrong. I really wanted to. But in fact, what are we even talking about here? Are we talking about um are we talking about the Grammys? Are we what award ceremony are we talking about? Talking about BET awards, BET Hip Hop Awards, even though it's excuse me, a country album. Like, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to associate with. Anyway, Jay Stephens performing on the Kelly Clarkson song. Don't know who that is. I apologize, but if you can tell me, enlighten me, please don't know comment section below. And also, if you want me to do more reaction videos to, or do reaction videos to Sabrina Carpenter's songs, let me know. Leave that in the comment section below, and I'll get to it. You know what I'm saying? AI being used in films to bring back deceased celebrities. I don't know if I can say that word, but you know, celebrities that are unalived. Don't see that happening. I think, again, I feel like this. Not saying this is the wish, but I feel like sometimes when you go into the mind of a, I'm not saying this person's a conspiracist. Don't get that twisted. And look, they are a Beyonce fan clearly. But anyway, um, that's fine. We all are Beyonce fans. If you aren't, you definitely are. You know what I mean? But anyway, so basically, you can go down the rabbit hole of conspiracy theories and stuff of that nature, and then it's like you tend to find these things. That's why some people are actually spooked about AI, because they feel like the worst. But the reality is, us humans will always be more in control, because we power human beings, empower or power AI. It's just artificial intelligence. It powers it. Doesn't mean it's automatically going to do X, Y, Z. There's a huge difference. And I know we're not as okay, as far as United Kingdom, aka England, is concerned. They're not as far as advanced in certain other countries than other certain other countries. Like, I haven't been to China yet, nor South Korea or any places like that. But I believe they are 10 times, if that, they're 20 times. Because in fact, no, yeah. If you saw my reaction video to the Wrap Up 2024 by RA, aka Real Artillery, you know what I mean? Like, you would have seen that there's a Chinese drone shaped as a bird. Now, if you tell me that was going to happen in 2020, sorry, in 2000, Y2K times 999, I wouldn't have believed you. I just wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? I just wouldn't have believed you. Yeah, I just wouldn't have. So it just goes to show that I'm not saying this happened in 1999. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? We don't know how advanced certain other countries really are. And then how do you determine advancement? Do you know what I mean? But as far as technology is concerned, like the digital world, oh, I do believe America and Britain are far, far behind. That's my thoughts. And I just don't, but I just don't see, I don't predict the other thing happening. I just don't. I don't. Because you got to think about it. There will be lawsuits happening. Like, who they're going to bring back? There will be lawsuits happening left, right, and center. You know what I mean? I get it. Some people, some companies want to make money, but again, they will find out they will end up being, they will lose money, because the fans are going to take, they're not going to take too kindly to it. Most of them are not going to take too kindly to it. They're not. Uh, the 2010 YouTube Brit Squad reunite. Why have I never heard of Brit Squad? I probably have, but I haven't. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. Jeffree Star fans God goes down a tragic wife type route and says he voted Trump. If that's what you want to predict, fair enough. I mean, if Marion, cool. I like that. Finding God, that's perfect. You know what I mean? But saying you vote Trump, okay. You know what I mean? But my thing is, why do people have to announce that? Oh, I vote for this person. Doesn't matter. What's done is done. All right. Let's go to part 2. All right. So there's more parts. We're gonna get back. We're gonna go through this as fast as we can. Jacob Elordi doesn't label his. This is what South Africa I'm gonna have to eat. If that's what they want to predict, I don't know who they are. That's what they want to predict. Then so be it. But listen, if you're interested in ASMR, and you want me to do these type of things while I'm eating and streaming, hey, listen, like I said, I'm trying to be like Kai Cenat, bruv. Or better than Kai Cenat. How about that? Kai Cenat, you hear me? You hear me? I'm trying to be better than Kai Cenat. Shout out to Kai Cenat, though. He's a legend in the streaming thing. Can't even lie. You know what I mean? But leave your comment in the comment section below. Who's your favorite streamer and why? You hear me? I'm all about studying who's the best and becoming better and aiming to become better. Because Michael Jackson once said, you have to study the greats to become greater. Because that's what Michael Jackson did. He studied the greats and became greater. You know what I mean? He studied James Brown. He studied, you know what I mean? He studied Fred Astaire. And he became greater than them. That's just what it is. But anyway, back on subject. Katy Perry public crash out. Whoa. That's an interesting prediction. I do predict that there's going to be a lot of some quote unquote celebrities that are gonna be online and do a public crash out. I don't know who, don't know when, don't know how, but I predict that's gonna happen. And the sad part is knowing that, excuse me. The sad part is, you know, crashing out. There's no, I don't, and like, it's funny, yeah, because people call it crashing out, but do you think there's a difference between crashing out and ranting? Leave your answer in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is there a difference between crashing out and ranting? Because I don't think there's any difference. Because ranting is like your expression whatever's in your mind. You know what I mean? Your expression now. And you just happen to be, you know, either irritated, either upset, either angry, or either, you know what I mean? Or maybe indifferent. And even though you're indifferent, because you're expressing it online, it comes across as a rant and it comes across as you're being emotional. You know what I mean? So, you know, do what you want to do in it, whatever's good for your mental health and that. But you know what I mean? Just do what you feel is best. Just don't go out physically harming someone or even trying to say that you want to harm someone. Just don't do that. You know what I mean? Chris Olsen becomes a judge presenter on The Voice. Okay. Don't know who Chris Olsen is, but good on them. I like the prediction. Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater get engaged. Congratulations to them. I like predictions like that. You know what I mean? Get me? That would be interesting to see. That. Get me? Kim Kardashian and Kylie Cenat. No, Kim Kardashian. I low-key see that happening. And wasn't she also on Kylie Cenat's stream last year? I believe she was. Because of North's birthday. Because Kylie Cenat is one of her favorite streamers or whatever. And the funny thing is, I do predict Kanye West is going to, Ye is going to be on Kylie Cenat's stream as well. I don't know when, don't know how, but I predict that's going to happen this year. I just, I don't know. I could be wrong, but I predict that's gonna happen to be this year, and it's gonna be one of the best streams of the year. Like, I don't know. This will be one of the best and most viral streams of the year. Don't ask me how. Don't ask me when. Do you know what I mean? I just predict that happen. I could be wrong though. Miley Cyrus wins Vanguard Award at the VMAs. Okay, what is the Vanguard Award? Do you mean the Michael Jackson Music Video Vanguard Award? Is that what you mean? If you're gonna say it outwardly. The same way you can write all that in the other ones below. Say it that. In fact, let me even get the full name of it. You know what I mean? You can't just change out the name. You just can't change out the name. I'm not sorry, you just cannot change up the name. All they ever wanted was a black grand national, irrational. That truth on my head. It's not enough. Sorry, I'm a bit happy. Now I'm like wait for Monday, yeah, and see whatever result comes from that. Do you know what I mean? Hey, let me not get too hyped. There's something I just seen. You know what I mean? I'm not even gonna say it out publicly because you know when them ways when you say it out publicly, then you get super humble. So I'm not saying it, but sometimes you can't just help how you feel in that moment, innit? You know what I mean? Anyway, Vanguard. See? All I did was type in Vanguard Award VMA. Do you know what pops up first? MTV, Michael Jackson, Video, Vanguard Award. So if you're gonna say it outwardly. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Because you have to respect the legacy and the iconic person that is Michael Jackson. The award is named after him for a reason. You know what I mean? For a reason. So if this person predicted Miley Cyrus to win it, then I'll best believe I'm gonna have to react to some Miley Cyrus, and we'll see if she deserves it or sees why she predicts that she's gonna win it. You know what I mean? Like if there's anyone that has to win it in future, it's Kendrick Lamar. You know what I mean? Like just before the simple pure reason, his music videos are art. Like they're art. And in probably I don't know how many years they are, but soon Doshi as well. If she continues the path that she's going on, like soon she has to win as well. Because that sitcom type of version of a video, cold. Like it's one of the coldest videos I've seen. Like cold. Uh, all right, so all right, new UK Prime Minister. Come on, I predicted that. The moment this guy won, yeah, I kind of predicted. I'm like, he's not gonna last long. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm like, he's not gonna last long. I said it like he's not gonna last long. He's just not. I still could be wrong though, but I still think he's gonna last long. He lasted longer than who's that prime minister that was only there for like less than 20 days, I believe. Let me see. All I ever wanted was the black brand national being rational. It's not enough. Hey. Let me see. Bear with me, hang on. You know when you got peppers and that, you know what I'm saying? All right, I'm back. Let's go. All right, so new UK Prime Minister, yeah? What was I saying? The short. Okay, yeah, that was it. The shortest um, um, time for a prime minister. Liz Truss is the shortest serving prime minister, resigning after 7 weeks. The previous shortest time was served by George Cannon. We don't really care about that. But yeah, Liz Truss. At least he lasted longer than her so far. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those things. Um, all right, Club Chalamet finds herself in legal trouble. She then creates a GoFundMe. Don't know who she is, so if they're predicting something like that, then so be it. But you see with this whole GoFundMe situation, I'm surprised there hasn't been any like lawsuits. You know what I mean? Maybe there have been lawsuits before, but like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Oh wow. They predict Dr. Phil exposed for the lack of care for guests and workers on his show. Now here's the thing. It's so interesting that they mentioned this and they predicted this. Do you know why? Because of his connection to a particular individual. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say too much other than snake rock. So when you think about those type of connections and this, that, and the third, obviously people are their own individuals or they ever get that twisted. But birds of a feather often flock together. Do you know what I'm trying to say? However, that may not always necessarily be true. But these shows, although yes, in some instances they can be entertaining, I do believe some. You know what I mean? Like sadly, that's how it goes. Look what happened to Jeremy Kyle. Lit show, but guess what happened? You know what I mean? He was cussing out the people. Like, are you? I listen. Maybe I should react to one of those videos one time. Yeah, I'm telling you, he was crashing out on on certain people. It's funny because you would think to yourself, how did he? How was he getting away with this? You know what I mean? To the point where he couldn't get away with it, and his show got cancelled. Yeah, man, that Jezza. Beyonce wins 7 Grammys. Possible, possible. But what about Kendrick? How many Grammys does he win? Okay, so basically, I'm just checking what Grammys is she nominated for. So, album of the year, song of the year, record, melodic rap performance, pop solo performance, country album, country song, pop duo, group performance, country solo, American performance, and country duo performance. So, it's possible. It's possible. It's possible. She's definitely going to win a Grammy. That's for certain. Do you know what I mean? That's for certain. Whatever it is, do you know what I mean? Like I would love it to be in the country category, just to say to the CMA, ha ha. Do you know what I mean? Ha ha. Well, yeah, we'll see what happens. C-Town has a skip made of SNL. I definitely predict that happening. I listen. I you know why I'm so. I need to rap for more of her music. C channel, yeah. Only because yeah, one obviously she's based in the UK as well, but also wait, hang on. I also she's Nigerian as well. You know what I mean? Apparently, she's also not only is she Nigerian, she's Edo as well. So you know what I mean. So I'm gonna be a little biased and give those who you know what I mean, give them the support that they deserve. You know what I mean? Like, and anyone who wants to disagree with the direction of where they're taking their music, that's on them, innit? You know what I mean? Do you like? It's easy to criticize, but anyway, that'll be interesting to see if that actually happens. I can generally predict that happening because obviously I've seen some interview clips from the My Expert Opinion podcast. Um, excuse me, with Keenan Thompson, who's one of the longest serving members of SNL, right? And he mentions something along the lines of make like whatever it's like they know how to do you know what I mean? Whatever they know how to make fun of certain things or certain situations. So it kind of makes sense. So it would be a good look for not only see China itself, but it'd be a good look for the UK scene as a whole. Yeah, and I know some people in America may not want to take the UK scene serious. That's fine. Leave your ignorance to yourself. Yeah. Those who want to be open-minded will know she's not the only UK artist. There's Central C. Okay, if you don't like Central C, there's Wiley. If you don't like Wiley, there's something wrong with you. But there's Stormzy. If you don't like Stormzy, then cool, there's Chip. If you don't like Chip, cool, there's Slit Rick. If you don't like Slit Rick, then Lottie Dottie, you like the party. You know what I mean? Get out the party. Anyway. But I was see okay, I see something now. See China. Oh, trying to think, where in London is she? Is she from in Portsmouth or London? Either way, right? That's from Essex still. That's fine. No, yeah, she definitely and to her name. Nah, she gets my full support because that must mean her parents, or at least her father, at least is a child supporter. That's what I know from that. You know what I mean? There's no way a Nigerian is naming their daughter Chelsea if they don't support Chelsea. You can't tell me that. Anyway, this ain't about see China. All right, so the next prediction: Benjamin Netanyahu underlined. hey, hey, hey! I'm gonna keep it moving. Down there. If that's what they want to predict, then that's what they want to predict. Taylor and Travis get engaged. Taylor who? Travis who? Let me know. Um, do Lipa secret wedding? You're predicting a secret wedding. Okay. Why are you predicting a secret wedding? Anyway, that's good. Either way, both situations are good. I like that. You know what I mean? Handheld console gaming becomes trendy again, like Nintendo DS, PS Vita, PSP. You know what I mean? Like Game Boy. Okay, but is that before or when or after GTA 6 comes out? You gotta let me know. You know what I mean? In fact, tell me, something. Did this person predict when you know um, Grand Theft Auto 6 is gonna come out? Because if they don't, I don't believe none of these predictions. No, I'm playing. No, all jokes aside though, virtual reality concerts festival become a thing. Doubt that I can see where she's heading towards with this prediction. I get it, I respect it. But the reality is, from my prediction and what my thoughts are, like I said before, with the other thing to do with AI, it just wouldn't. It literally wouldn't. Like there'll be a huge backlash. You know what I mean? There'll genuinely be a huge backlash. Um, Actually, no, wait. I just thought about something. It depends on how it is. I get what you're trying to say, but I die because here's one thing. In general, people want to have that. Artists themselves technically would prefer their fans to be there, and I get it. You've got streaming services where people can watch and stuff like that. But the reality is, you know, it would reduce revenue for the artist, for everyone involved as well. Like it really would reduce revenue. It really would, and it would literally sink. It would sink the music industry. You know what I mean? It would literally sink the music industry. I know what I'm saying sounds insane, but it would sink the music industry. From what I know and how money is made from music festival, from concerts as a whole, I'm telling you, if it becomes a thing where virtual reality concerts really become a thing, it literally will because you're already going through the phase of streaming platforms, listening to music and stuff like that. That's already sinking the music industry in terms of how they're making money. Artists are making less money if they're signed to a major. This is what I'm gonna say. They're making even less money. So let's do. Let's. I could be wrong because you know what I mean. Who would have thought that if that thing never happened with Napstar and LimeWire, you know what I mean? Not the bike LimeWire, but LimeWire. Who would have thought that? You know what I mean? Apple Music, Tidals, all these other platforms, Spotify. Who would have thought they would existed? They just had to find a way to make it legal. You know what I mean? This is interesting. I think I'm gonna try and do my own predictions there, but this is throughout the year. I'm not gonna do it just all in one. Um, Even though I'm predicting here now and again, but like I feel like there's certain things that are trendy or what people no pay attention to what the youth are latching onto right now, what they're latching onto. Yeah. Once you find that, because it's not all about what's being pushed to them, it's what they are finding. And if they're finding and latching onto it, that could become the trend. That could become the next thing. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what I'm looking at. Because I'm looking at it from when I was like a teenager, when I was, you know what I mean? I remember when LimeWire and Napster existed. You know what I mean? Never used them. Don't get it twisted. But I did definitely use Napster. That's for certain. LimeWire, but you know what I mean? Get me? I'm not gonna do one of those people and be like, I did this, I did that. No, you're not gonna catch me saying anything. But the point I'm trying to make is, I'm aware it existed, and the fact that I'm aware it existed and possibly how it could have been, I can't remember. You know what I mean? I vaguely remember, but the way things are, you know what I mean? Like I feel like years later, things get upgraded. You know what I'm saying to certain levels, but it's always in the favor of the higher ups and not the actual people that really are involved. Because think about it, you're literally renting music. If you're on Spotify, Tidal, all these other streaming platforms, you're renting music for a certain amount a month. Despite the library of music you have, are you going to listen to every single song on that? No, you're not. You're not. Anyway, lots of celebrities stop using Ozempic as it's giving them a health scare. I'm not gonna say too much on that. Sadie Sink star in the fantasy dystopian film. Don't know who that person is. Girlfriend cast reunion. That's a wish. And that's a wish. That's 100% a wish. I hear it. Because let's be real. It, reunion it how? You know what I mean? Reunion how? All right, Jake Shane appearance on Abbott Elementary. Don't know who Jake Shane is, but cool. New public health crisis. God forbid, don't do that. Um, Zendaya and Tom Holland post surprise wedding pics on IG. I like the prediction. Lana Del Rey files for God forbid. Don't want to predict that. Fifth Harmony reunion at a red carpet event or fashion show. I like the prediction. Any reunions is a good prediction. I can say that 1D reunion performance. I don't even for Liam tribute. I don't even see that as a prediction. That is obviously a prediction, but I also see that as something that's inevitable. You know what I mean? Rest in peace to Liam Payne, man. Like, sad. It's sad. It's sad how he went on, man. It's really sad. It's really sad. Um, Gypsy Rose meets Taylor Swift. I don't know who Gypsy Rose is, but cool. Nice prediction. 1D Tell It All book podcast exclusive interview airs out their dirty laundry. I don't predict that happening, especially if this reunion tribute is going to happen. I don't see them airing out dirty laundry happening. I just don't see that happening. I still could be wrong, but I just don't see that happening. It like I'm just thinking maybe it's because I'm looking at the inevitable, which is obviously this, the tribute. But other than that, this is I don't know. It's anyway. David Wellham has a allegation exposed for. Woo! Hey yo, the reason why I reacted that way is because I don't want to be predicting and seeing these things. Do you understand? I know, unfortunately, these things happen and have happened, but we have to get to a point where we don't have a feeling to predict that this is going to happen. I know with the whole Drake situation, I said what I said, yeah, but I believe there's more to it than just that, than a minor. You know what I mean? It's more than that. But like this David Williams one, and and it's so in because if you see what happened to Philip Schofield, for example, it's the same thing. But at the same time, guess what? He still was able to get a deal and be on TV. So I don't know. Like, I just don't know, man. I just don't know. But if they predict this, then they predict this, and I just also predict that if they're predicting this, then if it is true, then may the victims get their justice. Do you get it? Anyway, that really threw me off. I can't even lie. Glenn Powell gets into Scientology. Don't know who that is. Sabrina Carpenter spotted with Leonardo DiCaprio. Okay. But like I said, before with the Sabrina Carpenter situation, said, God forbid, you know what I mean? Let her stay with her man. You know what I mean? Um, a particular app is being banned because it's becoming a threat to governments. Don't predict that happening. I see why they want to predict that to happen, but I don't see that happening. Um, especially the way that, do you know what I mean? Like, because it can be inaccurate sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it can generally be inaccurate at times. Um, how what who? How what a girl starts hanging around celebrity circles and gets into Scientology. Okay, what's your obsession with Scientology? Are you a Scientologist or something? Anyway, Beyonce's net worth is officially updated to a billionaire status. I thought it was already was, but cool. Um, loom bands are back in trend, but under a new name. I do not know what loom bands are, but okay. Someone marries a character AI bot. I can see that is a prediction I can see unfortunately happening. Um, okay, all right. So while this loads up properly, the astronauts that are stuck in space disappear. Lost connections aren't able to track them again. No, no, no. Do not predict my childhood like no. Do not take away my childhood like that, like this. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not do it because I saw something this morning where my childhood was taken. Something from my childhood was taken away, and I still need to post about it. But no, no, no. I'm completely skipping over that because again, these are predictions, and if you predict, this is what I'm trying to say: the power of the tongue. Be careful what you're trying to predict. I think it's all fun and games when you're talking about, you know, I don't know, like for example, a reunion, this, that. It's all fun and games, but when you're talking about someone's like life, you know what I mean? When you're talking about someone's life, do you know what I mean? I know I could have said touched on, I could have mentioned that in regards to someone else didn't mention, but I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Based on, you know what I mean? Certain, do you know what I mean? Like, but like, yeah. Anyway, Sabrina Carpenter, WAG error. Okay, WAG to me, from what I understand, is wife and girlfriend error. Wife and girlfriend, and I learned that from to do with football. Thanks to David Beckham and Victoria Beckham. You know what I mean? They're like the blueprint to that, if I'm honest. Taylor Swift and Glorilla collab. That's a nice prediction to happen. Seeing the way that Glorilla is continuously to glow up, that's that seemed like an inevitable situation to happen. Charles the Third again. Because listen, I know what my thoughts are on certain situations. Listen, if they want to predict that, that's on them. William becomes no. Do not predict that. All right. But this guy anyway. I'm not saying nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. Anyway. Nico Vacado is sent into mental rehabilitation. Don't know who that is, but I wonder why do they predict that? That's what I want to know. Chapel Rowan has straight allegations about her. Who? What? I'm so confused. Anyway, Bia drops an album, but nobody cares about it because it's Bia. Bia. We talking about? No one cares. I care. You know what I mean? Shout out to, hey, listen, I swear to you signed to Dreamville. What are you talking about? Shia LaBeouf, drug overdose. No, don't do that to Shia LaBeouf. Don't do that to Shia LaBeouf. You see what I'm saying? Don't do that to Shia LaBeouf. Don't do that to him. Don't. Don't. Don't predict that for him, please. Please. Please don't predict that for him. Please. Like, please don't do that. Let's see what else. Colony on Mars is established. Okay. They rehashed it again about Shia LaBeouf. No, do not predict that. Ray wins the first Grammy. I like that prediction. Get me, and even more so because you know what it is. She had a situation with a record label, and I believe now she's independent. And you know what I mean. So now, get me R&B to the world, then man. Let's go. Tesla introduces helper robots for household chores. I mean, I get why they predicted that because of the humanoid robot that Elon Musk was mentioning before, and even you know what I mean. I think even Kim Kardashian had one as well, so I can see that. Elon Musk attempted. Oh come on, why are we doing this about someone's life? I get why they want to predict it, but you got to remember. Give me a second. Sorry about this. Give me the pepper in there. You know what I'm saying? It's good for this type of weather. Flush out all the. You know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway, Ariana Grande casted into a new horror film. Okay. I don't know why she would be in a horror film, but okay. Um, Usher gets a biopic. That's a nice prediction to make. But given the trial of Diddy, maybe a biopic might not happen, but he may get a documentary though, because the whole situation with Justin Bieber. Anyway, let me leave that. Cool Britannia makes a comeback again. What the hell is a Cool Britannia? This how I know this person's American, you know. A Cool Britannia. What do you mean by that? What's the Cool Britannia? Can that I need to know what that is. What is a Cool Britannia? I live in Britain. I've been raised in Britain, and I do not know what a Cool Britannia is. To let her know, no, there will be a comeback for it. Nah, forget that. But I'm interested to know. Showing hair roots will be trending. What? Okay. Luigi. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of inevitable based on the whole situation. Trisha Paytas stars in a comedy film with Kevin Hart. That's a nice prediction to make as well. See, those are the type of predictions I like. You know what I mean? I like those type of predictions. But anyway, what's my say? Give me a second. Sorry, I know it's horrible to look at. So you don't need to look. But anyway, if you like these type of content, make sure you subscribe. If you already subscribe, make sure you hit that like button. and leave an answer in the comments below or in the live stream chat what your predictions are as well. I want to make sure. In fact, give me a second. I need to make sure that this is where is it? Let me see something. But yeah, man, like it's interesting to see these. See, look, see. I have to make sure that I'm actually live. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. All right, so I just see something Ash can react to right now, but I need to stay on path, innit? But yeah, like this was if you like this type of content, you know what I mean? Where I go onto Twitter and then I find content to talk about. Leave your answer in the comments below, and I can continue doing things like this. But yeah, man. Before we do that, let me get back into. Let's get back into. I need to react. Oh, where is my notes? I have my notes right here, right now, right here. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna swing back onto YouTube. Well, I say back onto YouTube when I haven't been on YouTube for a minute today. But you know what I mean? I have to make sure I react to some music before going back into something else that I want to react to. See, look, this is what I was gonna react to. Where I was gonna say, you know, Gene calls out Jay-Z for dating a young Beyonce when he was in his 30s. Let's be real here. Like, I understand what he's talking about, but like, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. We'll react to it when the time is right. Wait, what song is this? Okay, I don't know who Dono is. I don't know if I should react to it. Miss Banks, R&B money. Oh yeah. Those see that's okay. Oh, that's the. Anyway, Drake did LeBron and Kendrick on a new freestyle. This is what I'm gonna say. Like, did he? Anyway, O'Shea tells a story from Creative Content that no one has ever. Let's see. Oh yeah, where's my thing? So we're gonna react to. Does she have a music video for it? I don't think she actually does. I don't think she does. All right, so if you're a fan of, I say a fan, but has she ever really done music like this before? But if you're a fan of May or Dolce, then make sure you hit the subscribe button. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, this is a music debut. It's funny enough. I wonder if yeah. Okay. Okay, I think this is it. Okay, let's see. This is it.
Hello guys, so I just wanted to come in here and talk to you guys about BetterHelp. I know therapy can be such a taboo subject, and also a lot of people aren't able to afford it week to week.
She's been hiding this talent all along, yeah? She's been hiding this talent all along. I hear it. But now she got to continue. Because you can't be hiding the talent. Now you've revealed the talent. You can't hide it any longer, all right? You can't.
Who I be myself, I wonder. I know I'm not worthy, but you steady cover. Shay, you know. Shay, them know. I wanna know. Shay, you know.
Okay. You see about authenticity. If you know about the situation, You know what I mean? You know about the situation. I don't even want to get into that situation. You know what I mean? This is 2025, and at the end of the day, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, man, let's go. May Yellow Duce he's done a thing so far in this track. I can't even lie, man. Get me? Anyway, let's keep it moving. Let's keep moving.
Shade them know. I wanna know. I want that come on, let come on, let come on, let come on, let.
Come on. What does come on mean? If you know, let me answer. Leave an answer comment section below. I could literally search the answer, but it's better when you give me the answer. You know what I mean? In the comment section below. I like interaction. Let's go. I'm trying to just look at what else could be next as well. I'm literally going through my list.
Come on, let come on, let come on, let I want that come on, let come on, let come on, let come on, let. I want that come on, let come on, let come on, let Baba. Who I be? Why you love me so? God, we always sing. You still took all my sorrows away.
Okay, so is this a song for God, basically? Let me know. Leave your answer in the comment section below. It's always better when the song is for God. Let's be real. You know what I'm saying?
My blessings, Yahoo. We don't have seen. I'll forever praise your name.
And by the way, this is what I like in this particular song in general. I think artists need to start doing this from now on. If you have audio for your song only for now, and you put that on, for example, a platform called YouTube, I genuinely think they need to do what Megan Ledouche is doing right now, which is actually throwing images, like visual images, even if they're not singing directly, just like random different. I say random, but you know what I mean? It's just something to properly look at. You know what I mean? Rather than just a standalone picture. To me, that's so jarring. But that's just my 2 cents, all right? Yeah, man, let's go.
Shade them know. I wanna know. Shade you know. Shade them know. I wanna know. I want it, come on, let come on, let come on, let come on, let. I want it, come on, let come on, let come on, let. I want it, come on, let come on, let come on, let come on, let. I want it, come on, let come on, let come on, let. We are the soldiers of the cross, and as the soldiers of the cross, we join the host of heaven to salute the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords.
Okay, so yeah, this really is a gospel tune. I wanna come on. What does that mean? Hey yo, let's go. This is a vibe. Hey, what she did? Nah. How long has she been hiding this talent? How long has May Ledouche been? Listen, why have you been hiding your talent like this? Because it's one thing, yeah, where someone tries to step out to do music as well. Because you know how some people randomly just want to do music, yeah. But it's for it to actually genuinely sound good. Now, I need actual, proper, official visuals for this. I genuinely do. Yeah, if you want an official visual to this, leave your answer in the comment section below. Let's go. Hey, listen, this is a vibe. This is a vibe. If you do not believe this is a vibe, I don't know what's wrong with you. But if you genuinely believe this is a vibe, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Get me? Hit that like button if you haven't already. Share this video or the stream if you're watching live if you haven't already. Let's go, man. Let's go. I want de come on. I want de come on, fumbaba. I listen, go. Let's go. She got a bang on this one. She has a bang on. You know what I mean?
Behind me is Trafalgar Square.
Hey, big up Queen May. Big up May. You're a Ducci. I'm telling you, she done a great. Excuse me. She really did her thing on this. I have to admit. You know what I mean? I have to. Yeah, the big surprise. It really is the big surprise. Cause hey yo, who's coming from May Nation Instagram? The way I ran it to keep winning gracious door of the Most High. Who's here coming from Facebook? If you're still watching, cool. Me, May Nation in Ghana, gather here. May Nation. Okay, she really got her family. Anyway, look, I'm gonna put where has this woman been no, not even where. Why has May been hiding this talent for so, you know what I mean, for so long? Because, yo, this is a banger. Like, no, for real. This is a genuine banger. No joke. Like, no joke. When I say this is genuinely a banger, it genuinely is a banger. Like, the way I'm already singing, I want to come on, Fumbaba, are you crazy, that? Yeah, me. Ira, Young T and Bucks are back as well. With J5 and Peruse. Don't do this to me. Not right now. Not right now. You're gonna be in my list of reactions to do another time, but yo, because obviously Perusian now, J5. But no, I got to react to something else. I can't believe I just typed in x.com. Because I know it as twitter.com. Anyway, I want to. Hey, listen. Hey, man. Anyway, if you're watching live, make sure you hit that like button on our live stream. If you are genuinely watching live, get me. Oh look, see look. Look, I'm going to react to this guy right here. Should I leave it to another day until it is like You know what I mean? Because there's so much to say. Um, I've been on this road since the festivities, but by having my dad watch me perform for the first time and also grace my stage was my icing on the cake. Thank you for riding me 2012 is about to be totally different ball games. It's good when your parents can support you on your journey. You know what I mean? Anyway, let's get into this. Probably so. Chief priest versus Burner boy. Um, I wanna come on, fool papa. I listen. I listen. I need to get. I need a proper thread on this whole situation. A proper, a proper thread. You know what I'm saying? Because this whole situation is wild. Um, let me see something. I want to come on. Listen, that tune is in my head. It's literally taking away the other tune in my head. Nah, not really. All I really wanted was the black grand natural, FB and rational. It's not enough. Okay, so my other Twitter account. Give me a shout out to Josh Archibong as well, man. On his debut, well, I say debut. Look, and I refreshed the page and he's talking as well. Alright, man, like Josh, alright, listen. Maybe I can react to more content regard to football as well. Okay, here we go. Oh, they ever won with the Black Grand National, FB and Rational, give them what they asked for. It's not enough. Hey, listen. If you missed the let's see. All I ever wanted was the Black Grand National, FB and Rational. Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna bookmark that because obviously, you know what I mean. When I upload the separate video to this, people can also watch it. Anyway, here's a threat. If you missed the, forgive me if I mispronounce these words. Listen, I was born and raised in London, get me, and I wasn't born and raised around Nigerians like that the way I should have been. Unfortunately, but fortunately, because in reality of life, get me, I'm grateful for the way that God has shaped up my life and where's you know what I mean? Because 2024, I'm telling you, get me. I want to celebrate and be like, this is my 2024. But you know, sometimes when you have to just be grateful in silence, like God knows what you're grateful for. You know what I mean? You know that one's there. But anyway, let's go. All right. Cuban chief priest said earlier on Davido made Burna Boy and Wizkid who they are today. Wait, what? Okay, here we go. Let's see what it says. Burna Boy got hurt, then came with this clapback. Don't forget, say you be Azaman or say, listen. Listen, you can laugh at me all you want. I'm gonna learn, all right? And then done there, your plug way him. Name now Omo Ibo for ATL, and now you be next. Worry Rick Rose. That's a bit of a disrespectful person thing to say. Or Rory Rick Rose. Anyway, without wasting time, Chief Priest took an immediate jab on Burna Boy. He thinks they not happy. Diddy, well, the fastest way to PTSD. You never see anything you and your bend down collect Grammy. You see, Burna Boy, yeah, this is what I believe Burna Boy should have done. Because I know Speed Darlington was obviously joking, yeah? He was literally joking. But the fact that Burna Boy tried to make it seem like, oh, you can't joke on my name like that. You made things 10 times worse. Even Wizkid's been associated with Diddy, and you don't see him doing that. Do you see what I'm trying to say? You don't see him doing that. You just don't. Someone can even joke on his name, like the way Sweet Dollar joked on Burna Boy, but nothing's gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Because he knows it's not true. You know, I don't explain it, but anyway, the Ferraris, the London jewelers, the debt, I'm coming. I've I have long waited for this moment. Osho Burley or I can't even pronounce it. I need to learn more pigeon. I just need to. I will learn. You know what I mean? I will learn. Anyway, you don't scare yourself. Everybody in Lagos knows my style. Okay, Odogu no one grieve for cheap priest. Um, you don't score yourself. Everybody in Lagos knows my style. All my is paid for, sometimes cash self. If not, I day all logs by now for owing debts like your boss. Go to Costa and surface. Any of your stolen cars, I beg, I want to see something. Rose, Igbo voice. Make I relax, actually. I don't want to make you go to jail. There's something wrong with Burna Boy. Anyway, GP replies with a video of Burna Boy in 2018 when he paid 1 million him 1 million to perform as a backup artist and was begging for cake. Wait a minute. Hold on.
Everywhere, man.
Let me man taste this cake now.
Yeah, see. I beg, I need a cutlery, huh?
It's not surprising. I'll be honest with you. Chief Priest no green leave Odogo's neck. A day on my own, you find me come when I wake up with make I continue. Not be by force to do friendship. I stay with the real only. I don't get PTSD, I don't post I delete on cowards. Also CP no small. You get 30k to give wow. Small picking. Where you give boot, still they are pains, make them find it just seems to me, yeah. See, here's the issue. I don't even know where to start with this whole situation because um the reason why I don't know where to start with it, what is the issue? This is why I wanted to wait a bit, because then we'll be able to find what the potential issue is. I need to watch that. But anyway, forget all that. Let's just get back into reaction videos. Or they ever won it with a black Grand National, FB National, give him what I asked for. It's not enough. I wonder if, yeah. Actually, let's get back into reacting this. 10 most hated albums. Drake will regret this. Okay. All right, let's just react to this and then let's stay on path, man. Stay on path.
What makes Serato sample so special is I can just take the drums out, remove the vocals, I even remove the bass. This is why we got stems and the pitch control. We can do what we want.
Now, Drake has just dissed Kendrick Lamar, but in a way that we have not seen from him in quite some time. As to kick off this new year in hip-hop, instead of ranting on streams or whining on social...
No, here's the thing. That this year, or if you can call it that, it seemed like it was recorded the same time as him recording the Hard Part 6. You know what I mean? That's what it seemed like, in my humble opinion, because it's the same tone. It's the same tone. But then again, it might not have been. I don't know. Either way, he's wearing braids. So when did he cut off his braids? You know what I mean? That's the time when he got to stick to. But at the same time, who cares, man?
on social media. Drake has actually gotten back in the booth and has released a new song where instead of switching genres or languages in an attempt to try and just run away from everything that Kendrick Lamar did to him and represented, now Drake is once again trying to take him head on with nothing more than his bars and a beat.
No. See, it's fake. It doesn't even sound like. From what I was hearing, and if you see my reaction video to it, from what I was hearing, it doesn't even sound like he was trying to diss Kendrick head on. Remember, I was saying just say names. Even the way the layout of it, he doesn't seem confident. Even him just reading off his phone or whatever, like he doesn't seem confident. You know what I mean? But one thing he did say in there that I did agree with: oh, you are going to prison and you are crashing out, and your brothers are complicit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go.
And now, as this marks just in a few days the second full-on record that is dissing Kendrick Lamar to come out this year, and this is from none other than Drake, what is clear is that the rap game is running around and trying to find a way to take down the undisputed champion of everything, and really with Drake here, what it seems like he's trying to specifically do is, after seeing how every single way he tried to make a comeback just failed miserably, whether that was releasing more music, switching genres, or trying to be a full-on streamer. Now Drake is trying to get back in the rap game by poking Kendrick enough to the point where it gives him the attention that he would otherwise never get at this point. But now, before we dive into every single diss Drake threw out at Kendrick here and why he is saying all of these things at this very moment, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And so now with this new track from Drake,
make sure you leave a like and subscribe on their channel. And make sure you leave a like and subscribe on my channel as well. Let's go. Even if you're a Drake fan, hit the subscribe button. If you're a Kendrick fan, hit that subscribe button. But most importantly, if you're a hip-hop fan, hit that subscribe button. But anyway, let's go.
From Drake, which is seemingly titled Fighting Irish, right in line with everything else he has done ever since he lost to Kendrick Lamar within a fashion like we have never seen before. This song is very emotional, and Drake is showing that his feelings did really get hurt bad in this.
See, I told you, when I was reacting to it, that's the feeling I got. I feel like he is very emotional. Now, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? No, it's not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, he's within his right to express how he feels, but he's still coming across as whining. He's still like he's crying. Like you lost, and what? You know how many times certain MCs or certain rappers have lost battles, but they still carry on with their careers and they're still successful. They don't whine or complain about why they lost or why this person never supported them, or like, you know what I mean? Furthermore, I don't think I heard any bars that were towards Birdman or towards, or not even it's Birdman, let's say towards Lil Wayne, because Lil Wayne didn't say anything during the
beef, but instead of acting like a total clown, Drake is at least putting this sadness and bitter feeling of lost back into the bars directly, which, hey, after somehow managing to make every single wrong choice for almost an entire calendar year, this is somewhat of a step in the right direction. And now with Drake actually presenting himself within a way that somebody who calls themselves an MC always should, for better or for worse, he does say a lot here and seemingly does two main things, which the first one is to try and justify the crash out he has been on and why he's been acting like the biggest fool in music right now, but then also, and in the greater sense, he is trying to get back in some sort of musical conflict with Kendrick Lamar, because for the first time since Family Matters, Drake is actually flipping.
Here's the thing. I don't think he's trying to get back into a conflict with Kendrick Lamar, because even Kendrick Lamar responded back when Fink said, talk about he wanted a round two. Even Kendrick Lamar said, there are no round twos. Do you get it? So there isn't going to be a round two. Now, will there be subliminals here and there again between each other? Of course there will. But the reality is this. We know Drake lost. And the sooner Drake realizes he lost, the better for him and his career. You know what I mean? Whether you like him or not, you know what I mean? Like, it's just besides the point. You've got to think about it from a perspective of, if you, as a human being, like, one thing, you've got to get over certain things. You know what I mean? Like, because it's not really going to make a difference to his career either way, him losing. I mean, you got some people saying they will never look at his music the same or whatever. Well, fair enough, that's them, innit? You know what I mean? But I feel like when it comes down to it, again, like I said, I do not think there's going to be a round two. Kendrick doesn't want a round two. And not that he's scared of a round two, It's like there's no point. He's already won. Like, what more do you like? What more do you want? Like, I don't know, man.
Flipping Kendrick's bars from his diss tracks to trying and dispute them, and instead of just denying everything in the strangest way possible like he did on The Heart Part 6, Drake is somewhat on the offensive here, despite how weird it is that he is doing this all of these months later. And so now, after Drake starts this track off by admitting that during this legendary summer that was going on in hip-hop, he just completely missed it, which I guess is his way of saying that he never delivered those summer vibes that he promised after the beef, which I mean, I guess some self-awareness is better than nothing.
The Wildly is the final phase of Elephant Park, a £2.5 billion regeneration master plan in a highly sought-after Zone 1 location just 2 minutes from the London Underground. The developers have saved the best till last.
Hey, listen.
From here,
You
Drake
know,
immediately-
you know. Hey, listen. Anyway, let me just get back to this.
Immediately gets back into his delusional bag as he tries to call out Kendrick and find ways to discredit and diminish his win, as after framing himself as the victim of the entire music industry. He tries to discredit everything with bars like "the world fell in love with the gimmicks, even my brothers got tickets."
No, see, this is what I'm trying to say. Look. The thing is, yeah, I see him as a gimmick. So it does feel like, from my interpretation, and obviously he could, because you can never ever say, or maybe you can say, but it would be unbelievable. Like, literally, no one really would believe it. No one would believe that Kendrick Lamar's a gimmick. Do you see what I'm trying to say? So if he called himself a gimmick, fair enough. Now he has to own that he is a gimmick. Is that what he's trying to say? That's what I was saying in my reaction. Is he trying to say he's a gimmick? That himself? That's a good start. You know what? Live your truth. Rap your truth. Sing your truth. Do you see what I'm going to say? That would make more sense, because authenticity matters. But let's keep it moving.
Which, now, the first part of this bar is of course trying to say that everything Kendrick did against him was a gimmick, and that's just trying to underplay what all of it meant and represented.
Okay, no. There's no way, this is why I said there's no way you can call Kendrick a gimmick. Yeah, there's literally no way. Do you know what a gimmick actually means? A gimmick is a trick or a device intended to attract attention, publicity, or trade. It's not so much as a program to improve services as a gimmick to gain votes. Yeah, that's what a gimmick is. Or what does the word gimmick mean? An ingenious or novel device, scheme, or stratagem, or especially one designed to attract attention or increase appeal. Synonyms: angle, ploy, ruse, plan, stunt, concealed. The funny thing is, there's no way you can call Kendrick Lamar you know what I mean? You can't call him a gimmick. It makes no sense. This is why when I initially reacted to it, when I initially reacted to that song, I can't call it a freestyle because it's not. Like, when I reacted to it, what did I say? If you caught me live reacting to it, good, because this is, do you know what I mean? This is what it's about. Like, the thing is, what did I say? I said, oh, he's talking about himself. That was my initial reaction. So how could it be about Kendrick? Get out of it, man.
In the greater sense of hip-hop and the music industry as a whole, which I don't even have to go into how pathetic and wrong of a statement that is, and really, for Drake to even use this angle is still showing that he is trying to rewrite and revise history in his own delusional way instead of moving forward. But what's actually showing us something new here is in the second part of this bar, where Drake is referring to all of the people who turned sides on him, and specifically, people who he once considered friends who he thought would never leave his side, which includes names like LeBron James, DeMar DeRozan, and James Harden, who all seemingly.
You know, the funny thing about this whole situation, when I was listening to it, I didn't really catch him dissing LeBron James. Do you know what I mean? This is why I'm watching this, because I really want to find out. Did he? You know what I mean? What did he say?
Seemingly chose Team Kendrick by going to one of the greatest shows of all time, which of course happened right after Drake took his L with the pop out. And now with Drake actually being a little introspective here and reflecting on how he felt within a way that's actually human, this part is not bad in isolation. But of course, when you remember that he has already shown how he's felt about guys like LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan turning on him, as he has already done things like unfollowing guys like LeBron, and in the case of DeMar DeRozan, he crashed out at him in person when he went to the Raptors game, which was just so embarrassing. Altogether, when you see the real-life way that Drake handled
Didn't
it,
actually crash out though. He didn't really do anything. You know what I mean? He didn't really do anything because he couldn't do anything. Even if he wanted to, he couldn't. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Like, I remember seeing that video. Like, he couldn't do anything, even if he wanted to. Like, I mean, did he look disgusted? Yeah, he looked disgusted. But it is what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, he's not gonna go against home team. Do you know what I mean? Like, he grew up in Compton. Like, he grew up in Compton. You know what I mean? Like, why would he go against home team?
these things. It really does take away from the moment and just makes Drake seem more pathetic than ever when you know the reality of how he reacted as opposed to how it's portrayed in the lyrics. And now beyond these lines, where things in this track really pick up and get a lot more intense, especially in terms of Drake just sending a clear signal for Kendrick Lamar to come back down and diss him again, is in the second verse. As Drake here really codes this entire performance to not just be written with language and subtle cues that are flipping terms that are associated with Kendrick Lamar and his side of the hip-hop world as a whole. But what's most important here, and if this track makes any sort of impact or causes any sort of reaction, it will be because of this, is the section in this verse where he says, who's got the most to lose and who's in that other position. See no conversations, boy, I hope they got double encryption. I hate to see the empire crumble on judges' convictions. This pulled a rabbit out the hat and y'all love a magician. Drake is addressing a lot of things as he sets this moment up with the first part.
I'm intrigued. What is this person's interpretation? Because I'm intrigued to know what they mean by that. Because to me, it's not enough for Kendrick to say, all right, round two. No, it's not enough. It's not enough. Furthermore, Kendrick already, like I said, he said there's not going to be a round two. There is no round twos. And then the other thing is, Drake waved the white flag in the Heart Part 6. You can't wave the white flag and say, I want to go for round two. Like, you can't do that. Do you know what I mean? You can't trigger there is no clause for round two. You know what I mean? This isn't boxing where with you know when Tyson Fury versus Usyk, for example, it's like with the first fight, they could trigger to fight again. You know what I mean? Irrespective of who lost. But it's obviously we know Fury lost. You know what I mean? They could trigger that. And he could trigger part 3 if he wants to, if they want to. But you know what I mean? But because he lost the first one, he triggered a rematch. And he still lost, but here's what it is. That they can do that. That's different. That's boxing. That's sport. I'm not saying that hip-hop battles or rap battles are not sports because like Screwface Jeans has says continuously, hip-hop is a sport. But the point I'm trying to make is, like, it's not so much the case of who's got more to lose, who's got more to gain. Neither one of them got anything to lose or anything to gain. Let's be completely real here. You know what I mean? Because both of them have been a huge success in their careers. Whether anyone wants to admit it or not, those are facts. Do you get it? Those are facts. So, but if you're talking about credibility, then possibly, yeah. But really, most people already are, I guess not most people, but those who are really, really like real and know the culture or are ready for the culture, they will know. Do you know what I mean? Kendrick doesn't really have anything to lose, whereas Drake can only continue to lose more of his credibility, especially the fact that he went for a lawsuit. So why the hell would Kendrick say, let's go again when there's a lawsuit or a petition for a lawsuit? You know what I mean? Like, think. And if you think about the timeline, he did it before he cut his hair. Do you see what I mean? Let's think about that for a moment. So just look at the timeline.
which is undermining Lamar and making him look like a bigger and more important figure than he will ever be. Which again, when we look at Drake's performance here, this is another one of its failures, because I don't know why he is going about this same strategy again. Because his ability to not see Kendrick as an equal is one of the most vital factors to why he never even stood a chance in this beef, because his own failure in judgment made him underestimate one of the greatest and most competitive rappers of all time. But now, after saying this, no matter how delusional it may be, he sends out another warning to Kendrick and his camp about how he hopes that they have been covering their tracks for everything they have been doing to seemingly manipulate the entire music industry and hip-hop world against him, which again, this is just a diss that is derived from Drake's straight delusions, and very similar to the Heart Part 6 where Drake just lied to try and sound tough and act like he knew more than he did. This just seems like another rendition of that horrible tactic, but the stakes do get even.
Told you. This is what I'm trying to say. It reminds me of the Heart Part 6. Get me? But obviously the real Heart Part 6 is Kendrick's one on GNX. Get me?
Higher from here, as then Drake says, "I hate to see the empire crumble on Judge's convictions," which is the first time we are hearing him address his lawsuit on a track. And now the message that he's trying to send with this line is showing that he both hopes he can win this thing to save his career, but then he is also mocking Kendrick with this bar simultaneously by saying that he hopes the truth doesn't come out because that will ruin all of the success that Kendrick has had in this moment, even though...
Okay, listen. The fact that Kendrick has won, not based on the fact that everything is all truth. I'm not saying that Kendrick is lying. Again, I'm just saying, if you think about everything, yeah, like, how to put it? It's like the impact that it's had to the point where there's a petition for a lawsuit. And the fact that he wants to say convictions of judgment or whatever, then it's like, yeah, you really did lose. Do you see what I'm trying to say? If in the Hot Part 6 he's waving the white flag, I don't want to diss you anymore. Did he not say that? So we can't go on and act like, you know what I mean, that the industry is against him, hip hop is against him. He can't act like that. Do you know what I mean? He can try to, but he's only going to make things look worse for himself. Because the reality of life is sometimes you just have to take the L and you got to learn from it. You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I feel like I'm all good for this is back and forth. I'm good for that. I it's fun. It's entertaining. But like, for hip hop culture and even grime culture as well, like it's entertaining. But the thing is, and also dancehall culture as well. But like, it's entertaining. But the reality is, when you got someone who is, I don't know what the word is anymore, man. Like, they're just parodying, like, or parroting, should I say, or cosplaying a culture, and then they get found out. I don't know, man. He's finished. I put it that way, he's finished.
With all the evidence presented and with the fact that we all lived through this moment and just saw the people get inspired by something Kendrick did like nothing else in hip-hop has in years, no one believes anything Drake is trying to claim about Kendrick and the success of Not Like Us as a whole.
And the funny thing is as well, if you listen to the Euphoria disc, listen to it closely, yeah? Everything he said in that, he has more or less predicted. Like, if we did my predictions earlier, yeah? Or not my predictions, but reacted to predictions earlier, he's more or less predicted what's happened. Even before this whole Drake beef as well, Kendrick Lamar has been known to say things, and they are actually predicted to be true. The same thing with Kanye West, but we're talking about Kendrick here. So it's like, I mean, Drake needs to just get over it, man. You lost the battle, you lost the war. Just move on, bruv. You know what I mean? All he's got to do is just move on. Like, he doesn't have to talk about it. Like, the best thing he can do is just, if he still wants to do hip hop music, he can still do it. It's not, get me? He can still do it, even if he's got his situation with his beef with UMG and High Up Radio, and he can still put out his music and do what he wants to do. But the reality is this: just be yourself. You don't have to talk about Kendrick Lamar anymore. You don't have to, he doesn't have to do that stuff anymore. You don't need to, because we know he lost. You know what I mean? It's obviously we now know how he feels, but like, I don't know, like, I don't know.
But now adding even more lyrics aimed in response to Kendrick in this track, Drake officially answers back to some of the biggest disses Kendrick threw out against him on the song that changed everything in Meet the Grams, as he tries to explain that he doesn't have a drinking problem, but then kind of admits he does have the problem, but then ultimately justifies it by saying it's subtle, and then trying to cope even more with all of this and wherever he's trying
and then saying that he's got his mom's permission. Like, what are you taught at this guy, man? This guy, he's just a dude. What's it? Oh man, I don't know. I don't know.
to go from here. He then says, I got my father's habits and my mother's permission. And then again, making this entire section in response to Kendrick even more confusing. He builds up.
Oh wait, hang on. Could this have been recorded straight after the Heart Part 6? Or just before, or after, after Meet the Grahams, but then he thought, okay, maybe this is not best to release. That's what it seemed like to me. Because even with him mentioning the lawsuit, I feel like he was gonna do that anyway. Do you know what I mean? He's the Karen of hip hop. Do you know what I mean? I don't really consider him part of hip hop, but he's the Karen of it now that we are fully aware. So I don't know, like he's just, I don't know, man. It's a weird situation that he's in, but it's all on him. It's his fault. You got to take accountability for your own actions.
On this saying, my dad got another child. I told him that wasn't my sister. And here?
I can't believe I went on a group trip for solo travellers and I loved it. Beforehand, everything put me off. New people, a new type of travel.
Drake is directly flipping Kendrick's lines about him having some serious issues, but with the way he goes about it, I don't really think this is the flex he thinks it is. And with the last bar...
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he wrote these bars himself, which I don't think he did, what makes you think that was a good idea? What made him go with that bar? You know what I'm saying? What made him go with that line? Like, seriously, what made him go with that line? Can someone please tell me? Why would you go with that line? It just makes you seem like at your age now, you're nearly 40 years old, and you're acting like that. Come on, man, stop it. Stop it.
Or here especially. He is seemingly expanding on Kendrick's claims about him having a daughter by then saying his dad had another child, which then I guess is trying to deflect that bar just away from him and on his father, or at least that's really the only way this bar makes some sort of sense in the context it's written in. And now with all of this...
Yeah, but then if that... Okay, so if... This is why I was confused about that bar alone, right? Because I'm like, what made him go with that bar? Okay, maybe he's just addressing what's going on in his family life. Cool, whatever. That happens, right? Cool. Well, it doesn't always happen, but cool. That happens. You could talk about your family issues and shit and stuff like that. That's normal for most artists. However, the issue here is, what is it? Is because now people are trying to say this and Kendrick. So is this supposed to be a rebuttal to him claiming? So this is what I'm trying to say. Does this seem like it's meant to be a rebuttal for Meet the Grahams? But because of how awful this really is, I don't think this was intentionally supposed to be put out. And the fact that it's been released now, I feel like it's just got to a point where Drake is feeling like he needs a resurgence of energy, if that makes any sense. And he feels like, I don't know, it feels like he wants a resurgence, but this is not the best way to go about it. It's not what, you know what I mean? It's not giving what he thinks it should give. You know what I mean? This was never a good idea. Sometimes some things should just be left behind. You know what I mean? Sometimes let's say in sports in general, right? Normally have practice, and there's some skills and certain moves you may do in training, and you're like, yeah, okay, yeah, that was never good to do. Yeah. So you never try it in the actual game time. This was one of those moments. Yeah, you don't put this in game time. And even though yes, this is after the beef and after whatever, still the reality is why did he leak this? Like if I was thank God I'm not Drake, or thank God I'm not in his team. Because if I was in his team, or you know what I mean, I would have told him not to release this. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. You know what I mean? Don't you dare release that. You know what I mean? Leave that in your lock. Just leave that in the vault. In fact, delete it. You know what I mean? Anything that is awful, delete it. There should be no evidence of that song that is awful for a diss track. Delete it. No one needed to hear this. But cool, we're hearing it now, and he's clearly made another fatal mistake. Yeah. Because like Kendrick said, I'm doing him like COVID did. They'll never get over it. Drake is never getting over this. And the thing I was gonna say as well, like if he's addressing the whole meet the grave situation, it's like, hang on, didn't he kind of address it in the Heart Part 6 where he said, I'm the one that fed you the information. This, that. So what's the truth? Get me? We don't have till eternity to find out the truth. Because that truth could have come up very soon anyway. Let's go.
This, which together includes Drake trying to intimidate Kendrick with his litigation and then sees him responding to Kendrick's disses on Meet the Grams by saying everything he said is still kinda half true. All in all, while some people are going to be impressed by this and claim that Drake is back because cadence-wise he is rapping coherently over a Conductor Williams beat, when you actually try to break down what he is saying and see the things he is trying to flip, all while once again trying to call Kendrick Lamar an underdog even after he has overtaken him in every single category possible. All this song really is the same story with a different presentation from Drake, and as he is still showing that he has learned no lessons from this beef whatsoever, and really that even despite losing, he is still using the same angles and losing strategy to try and make any sort of comeback, and even beyond all of these things, making this song even more jarring, another question we have to ask ourselves entirely is why do all of this now? I mean, when you put everything into perspective, Drake is already lost, and the actual back and forth of this beef is over in terms of diss tracks being put out. So really from Drake releasing this song where he is just ranting about a reality that he could have tried to fix way before this but didn't, all in all, while this
Ranting. That's the best way to put it. He is ranting. You know what I mean?
song may be a bright spot for him in what has been one of the worst career runs both on the mic and off of it that we have ever seen from a rapper, this song is still nothing special as he's not pushing the needle forward, and really for Kendrick, if the goal of this song was to create just enough attention to get back in the conversation with him without being directly engaged in a full-on back and forth, well, Drake still failed at that because really, what does Drake say here that makes Kendrick need to come back out and prove something to him once again? Because of course, Kendrick has already won the beef, he has the Super Bowl, he has an entire stadium tour planned, and he has the most successful rap album out right now. So really with Kendrick controlling everything right now, and Drake responding back to a few lines from a song that dropped over a half a year ago here, this is just another confusing move from Drake. But now what's really interesting is that as more rappers are coming back onto the scene and coming at Kendrick, and what's also interesting is that from Joey to Drake to even with J. Cole's 7-minute drill, they all dissed him over beats that were from none other than Conductor Williams. Well, maybe something is going on in 2025, and because of all the power Kendrick Lamar has.
Conductor Williams. What are you trying to conduct? What are you trying to conduct? I'm gonna have to read this still. In fact, maybe if I put up on thing, you'll see it. Because there is something going on. Conductor Williams, what is his issue here? You know what I mean? He's got a problem. I like it though, because it's like obviously beef, it's hip hop. You need productions. So obviously, if they can all have a producer on their team to produce rhythms, cool. You know what I mean? Like, let's see what happens, isn't it? Give me a second. You know what I mean? Let's honestly see what happens. Because, but again, like I said, with Kendrick, there's nothing else that needs to be said. Like literally, nothing needs to be said. Kendrick has already won. Drake has lost. Now Joey Badass. I don't know. Like that Rulers Back song is more of a bait. The question is, who's gonna fall for it? Is Kendrick gonna fall for it? Nah. Schoolboy Q, maybe. Absol, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, who's gonna really fall for it? I want someone that's proper lyrical. I want, you know what I mean? But we'll see what happens, man.
We are now going to see more MCs than ever, from Drake to everyone else, just try to pull out everything they can in their power to stop him from becoming the undisputed GOAT. And so now, with all that said, let me know. What do you think about this new track from Drake, and what do you think this does to help his image right now in this time where he has been on one of the worst runs of all time? Now, I can't wait to hear what you have to say about this, and if you made it to this point in the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. And now, if you want to see how just as Drake dissed Kendrick Lamar again, Kendrick has another new opponent rising who may just make this year more competitive than ever in hip-hop. Check out the suggested video.
So that rhythm sound like a Rakim type of rhythm. You just feel like you're gonna, you know what I mean? But anyway, it's like this. Let's see. Actually, I'm gonna read it, but I'll leave it out because I've been running the stream for a bit too long. If Drake is reading this, it's too late. Well done. Well done. Well done. What's his person's name? Several Clouds, 3288. Congratulations. I like that. That was it. I like that. I like that. Now, the best response from Kendrick is no response. Exactly. All you got to do is see him like he's crashing. He literally is crashing out. He's crashing out. He's crashing out. Once a lame, always a lame. It wasn't a diss, but was a pathetic attempt to play victim. I don't know. I think it was a diss. Drake took my name. Drake took my name is Drake, and I'm here to say Kendrick Lamar, but this is on okay. Videos to heart. It goes back to Meet the Grahams and everything Kendrick said it was true. Do you see what I'm saying? Dear Aubrey. Remember, dear Ovid. Hey, shout out to Kaisenet. That was funny. Dear Aubrey. Hold on. Dear Aubrey. You lost. It is what it is. Nothing you will do will change that. And the more you do, the more you expose yourself as someone. No. Let's say, dear Aubrey, you lost. It is what it is. Nothing you will do will change that. And the more, now let's put it this way, and it is okay because not everyone can win rap battles. You did not complain this much when you lost to Pusha T. You should have left this in the vault. Better yet, delete this. Now, big up, fantastic hip hop and their breakdown. You know what I mean? That sounds right. I've got to be careful how I write words. Anyway, nah, for real though, it's so interesting how this has transpired, man. Like, I would have never thought in a million years this would, you know what I mean? I would have never thought in a million years hip hop would take it this far. Hey, yo, but anyway, hey, thank you for watching. Get me like tomorrow, there's a chance I may go live again. You hear me? Don't know what time though. You know what I mean? But shout you out for watching. Well, yeah, man. Next time, share when I'm live and you're watching live. By all means, share. You know what I mean? And as soon as you join the live, like. Leave a comment in the comments. Leave a comment in the live streams so I can shout you out as well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's good to give shout outs to anyone and everyone. Let's go. But anyway, Happy New Year and that. I hope your new year continues to be a good one and all that. But yeah.